Hey guys, Ash here, coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today, the updated balance changes. They went in and made like 5 or 6 changes from what the original balances were. And as I promised in the last video here, I'm going to give you the updated version of what we can expect this June, season 48, dude. 48 seasons already in this game with the balance changes. Before we get to that, how was your weekend, guys? It's been a while since I checked in with y'all. I'm doing well. I played, you know what my son's really into? His first non-indoctrinated video game. Basically, you know, the old school retro games I've been force feeding him. He's escaped my my web, so to speak, and he's gone out on his own, and we're playing so much of Tears of the Kingdom, the new Zelda game, man. I'm sure a lot of you guys are already familiar. Won't spend a lot of your time talking about it, but the thing about my son is that I'm the type of linear gamer, man. It must speak to my age. I don't know. I like level 1, boss battle, level 2, boss battle, level 3, boss battle, level, so on and so forth, and final boss. That's what I like. Open world is fun to me, but I guess I'm just old school. I like the level concept. Anyway, I say all that to say that my son, like, you in the game, you can cook and do like all kinds of stuff, like forging and fusing and blah, blah, blah. But my son, a whole play session could entail just cooking food in different combinations, right? So like, I'm thinking to myself, dude, we're never gonna beat this game. But I guess that's the thing about games nowadays, right? Boy, do I sound freaking old. But I guess that's the thing, right? You guys don't like winning. You like just taking your time and exploring, right? Either way, we're having a blast doing it, so I'm not complaining, but it has been a journey. A lot of shrines, a lot of Zoinai devices, or whatever you call them, melted in my brain right now. Anyway, to the balance changes, guys. I want to give a big shout out to Royale API. We're actually using their graphic. You can support them with creator code Royale API inside your Supercell games. So let's get to the changes here. I brought you these balances, but they got rid of 2 of the things. They added another thing, and they switched a couple other things. So let's start with the Baby D, right? They got rid of the Baby D line of sight range change. So that was going to go from 5.5 to 5, making it more difficult to distract the Baby Dragon. They got rid of that, so Baby Dragon's going to be the same as it is right now inside the game. The Gobbos are going to stay the same. That is a 0.1 to 0.2 second delay in the staggered deploy rate. So that is kind of like a nerf to the goblins. They call it a rework. It's pretty much a nerf in my opinion. What about you guys? Seems like most of you agree with me as well in the comments on the first video. The buff to the Ice Wizard is going to stay the same. That's going to be a spawn attack radius. That spawn damage and freeze goes from 2.5 to 3%. That's going to be a 20% increase. I am happy about that. Then we have the death spawn of the bats being added back to the Night Witch. I was a big fan. I feel like maybe 60% of you guys disagreed with me in the first video in the comments from what I read, because I was actually a massive fan of them going to 2 on the death spawn. I like a good, strong Night Witch. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I want to use her so bad in my Golem decks, but they're actually keeping the death spawn, but they're just changing it from 1 death spawn bat from 2. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like just give her 2. Even though I'm in the minority opinion on that, so I guess they did listen to the community, to their credit, not to yours truly. All right, so we have, but at least she's getting something, right? We have the spacing from 1 to 1.5 spacing on the deploy of the skeleton dragons. That's going to stay the same. They do have the healer, the battle healer buff is going to stay the same as well. She has an enter the arena ability now. We talked about that, how it's kind of weird for an epic champion to have that, or epic card, excuse me, to have that. But you guys can see here, it's basically like 2 times more powerful the regular heal of the hit from the battle healer once she enters the arena, and that has a radius of 2.5, so that's going to stay the same. Now, on the nerf side of things, guys, they got rid of the tower damage nerf to the poison. I was surprised by that just because I didn't see a lot of people in the community complaining about that one or giving really strong feedback, but I may have missed some. I obviously didn't see all of the comments from all of the, you know, the seasoned veterans of Clash Royale that was taken, excuse me, into consideration when getting rid of this nerf. I was not like strongly in favor or against the poison nerf, so to me that's okay. No nerf to the poison tower damage. It is what it is. We do have the nerf to the Goblin Hut. That's going to go from death spawn from 3 to 1. So from 3 to 1 on the death spawn of the Goblin Hut. They added a brand new nerf to the Phoenix. Womp womp. A lot of people asking for a nerf to the Phoenix. I was not one of them. I don't know. I'm super biased because I play the Phoenix in my deck, but honestly, like my assessment is playing the Phoenix, I never feel like, oh, this card is so powerful, or this card is a little bit broken, or this card needs a nerf. To me, playing it all the time, I feel like it's rather balanced. But again, it is what it is. They are affecting the hit time of the Phoenix 10% slower now, from 0.9 to 1.0. That might not sound like a lot, but it actually is. We've noticed this over the years of Clash Royale now, right? When they change the hit time to 10% slower in this case, that is a pretty, pretty sizable nerf to a card. So we'll see how things play out in the use and the win rates. I'm sure it will still be a widely used and popular card, but I felt like maybe they were thinking that the Phoenix, excuse me, was boxing out maybe the Mega Minion a little bit too much inside the meta, so they did make that nerf. So okay, it is what it is. As a player of the Phoenix, didn't think it was necessary, but I'm okay with it, I guess, right? The use rates were very high of the card. Not necessarily the win rates, but the use rate, so I guess. They did change the HP nerf of the Mighty Miner all the way from 6.5 to 2.5. So boy, it's about a third of the original nerf to the HP of the Mighty Miner. I don't think this will have a massive impact on the card at all personally. I still think it will be one of the stronger champions out there in the game, but at the same time is, 6.5 is pretty big of a nerf anyway. I've always been a fan of small incremental nerfs or buffs to cards rather than going all in and making the card broken only to nerf it or to buff it the next balance change. So I'm okay with making things smaller. The freeze duration of the Ice Spirit has been changed from 1.3 to 1.2 seconds. That is minus 7.7% in terms of the freeze duration. Just to break it down again here, we see the Baby Dragon rework has been removed. The Poison rework has been removed. The Night Witch buff has went from 2 bats to 1 bat. The Phoenix hit time nerf, is new, and the Mighty Miner HP nerf has been changed. So guys, those are the changes to the balance changes. What do you guys think? Are there cards that you were expecting to be there that wasn't? Let me know in the comments below, and stay tuned here to the channel, guys. I might have like a top 5 decks after the balance changes video coming at you guys based on, win and use rates in the game. I also will definitely have some videos covering the card evolution, level 15, Clash Royale, all the new stuff coming in this big evolution update here in June 2023, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.